Hello everyone, let us start with aphorism 7. 67 is very important aphorism because it talks about limitation of homeopathy. If you see whole book of Organon, the whole book talks about scope of homeopathy. Only 67th aphorism is talking to you regarding limitation of homeopathy. So here he speaks, when are you supposed to give antagonistic remedies? Hahnemann is not at all against any medicine which is must and should at that particular moment. Okay. So as to cure your chronic diseases, it is very important that you are supposed to give homeopathic medicine. But in emergencies and when life force is not reacting at all, that time you are supposed to irritate the vital force so that it can come back to the life. For that reason, you are supposed to give antagonistic remedies, that is opposite remedies, the medicines which act opposite, right? So let's see what are the conditions. Hahnemann is telling us to give opposite remedy. So where you can use cautiously the antipathic remedy. We know that we have understood certain sure truths which are present in nature, and also our experience tells us that there is always a beneficial action from homeopathic treatment and there is dangerous action by the antipathic treatment. But when to administer antagonistic remedies, where there is a danger for life and when there is no time for the action of the homeopathy, scarcely minutes are left for the death to follow, that time you are surely supposed to give antagonistic remedies to the patient. Since he is talking about, see here, sudden accidents, there is absolutely no time left over. So you are supposed to carry out all emergency procedures and you are supposed to give the medicines which are anti to it. Okay. Sudden asphyxia where oxygen is lacking there, are going to give oxygen, as well as remedial measures are being taken antagonist. Suspended animation from lighting, from suffocation, freezing, and drum. So these are the things where there is absolutely no time left for homeopathic medicine to act, where you are taking general measures along with the antagonistic remedy. So why you are giving antagonistic remedy? It is given as a preliminary measure to irritate the vital force and to bring the force back in the body. It is being given. So example for this is gentle electrical shocks and strong coffee, stimulating odor, gradual application of heat. Okay, so all these things can be done. So what he says is, in these conditions, actually, there was no disease, but the vital force was obstructed. We are supposed to remove the block through the stimulation of the vital force through the antagonistic measure. He talks about some other measures here, like, so for example, a person has taken poison. You are supposed to antidote. We are doing anti to it, okay? The poison has to be antidoted. And in case a person is taken alkalis, you are supposed to neutralize it by acids. For metallic poison, you are supposed to give heparsal. And coffee and camphor for opium poisoning. These are the usual modes where NTs are used. Antibiotics. So whatever he was talking till now was not a disease. He says it was blockage of vital force. And now when it comes to the case of the disease, PQRS symptoms are considered and the medicine is being chosen. But the same thing, like minor symptoms are seen, it looks anti to that particular. But actually cure takes place by similarity of action to the PQRS symptoms. It seems like so you are chosen anti-medicine. The cure is not taken by antis, but cure is taking place by similarity of the action. So when medicine is chosen on the basis of PQRS symptom, minor and less important symptoms which work anti or which look anti also disappear. In 68th aphorism, he says how homeopathy is working. Okay, here we see that Hahnemann keeps repeating that how the medicines are act. There's a small dose, they are similar and stronger than the disease. In this bargain, what will happen is the stronger disease will remain and the weaker disappear from the life principle automatically. But what will happen? The stronger, similar, artificial will still remain, still keep impression of the life principle. But it is so transient, the mildness makes it so transient that it disappears on its own because you're not repeating it anymore. Now vital force has been left over with the artificial disease. For this vital force don't have to do anything except the reaction then will suffice to elevate its present state of health up to healthy point. This will give complete recovery of the person. So here we see that 67th aphorism can be asked as a short note or as a very favorite Viva question. So he talks about limitation of homeopathy. Herein he gives when to use antagonistic remedies. So when we go through the aphorism clearly, we will come to know that it is suspended animation and during emergency conditions so as to remove the obstruction to the life force. These measures are applied. Conclusion is Hahnemann do accept antagonistic remedies when there is an emergency condition where there is no time at all for the homeopathic remedies to act. Okay. Thank you.